What's up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. And today we'll be reviewing today's USHL games that already happened. Actually, one's going to a shootout and one's in overtime, so don't be over to it until a little bit, but it should be over pretty soon. And we'll be reviewing today's NHL games, and then I got quite a few things to talk about even after that, but those shouldn't take too long. So yeah, but most of those things and they have something to do with yesterday's game, so I'm going to review those before that, just so I have some context of what most of the things that I'm talking A lot. Like, that was like 4 power play goals for the Devils. Very undisciplined game, very bad penalty killing. Bob didn't have the best night either. So, bad game for the Panthers. Devils capitalized. Devils looking really strong. Rangers take on the Sharks. Timothy Logan, first goal of the season. It deflects off the Rangers stick. It like knuckleball, like a little curveball. It goes up and over the shoulder of the screen. He goes striking. He couldn't see it. So he coming in and strong. 2:51 in the first period. The Sharks take an early lead. Mika Zibanejad, third goal of the season. Adam Fox shoots it. Easy rebound tap in for Mika Zibanejad. Hold 1 minute. Okay. Yep, he ties the game. Jimmy Vesey's second goal of the night, assist by Carrick, and yeah, that's it. 13-15 in the third period. Second period, Vinny Trocheck, fourth goal of the season, assist by Timmy Panarin and Alexis Lafreniere. 16-21 second period, 3-1 Rangers lead. Baby and Zetterlund power play goal, seventh goal of the season, assist by William Eckler and Tyler Toffoli, 27 seconds left in the game. Eagles shook from 25 saves and 27 shots. Blackwood made 32 saves and 35 shots. They have a table game himself. Rangers squeak out a win. Should have been a lot bigger of a win, but it's to pick up the win. Sabres take on the Blues. Brandon Saad third goal of the season by Shannon Parayko. 3:11 into the first period. Zach Benson third goal of the season by Krebs and Owen Power. 12:47 in the first period. Ryan McLeod fifth goal of the season by Bryson and Tuck. 16:49 into the first period. Pavel Bunanovich fifth goal of the season by Kyrie Neighbor. 5:25 in the second period. 7:15 second period. Brandon Saad second goal of the night, fourth goal of the season by Shannon Holloway. Sabres tied the game, but it gets called off. We're right back. Alex Tuck, 12:57 in the third period, to the Ryan McLeod and Bowen Byron ties the game for the Sabres. It goes to overtime. In overtime, Corn gets over to Peterka. Peterka handles it. Most people would shoot the puck, but he gets it. He gains control. Absolute dot across the ice seam pass to pass it down. He ripped an absolute beautiful one-time. A top shot, perfect pass, perfect shot. Up a goal in overtime to win the game for the Sabres. Sabres stay right in the wild card race, and they will be, I believe, until the end. So I'll take on the Bruins. I do not want to review all the goals, but let's do it anyways. Matt Duchene opened the scoring 9th goal of the season by Martin Sagan. 109 in the first period. Evgeny Dadonov penalty shot unassisted. 6:36 in the first period on the penalty shot. Charlie Coyle third goal of the season by Frederick and Lorehay. 17:40 in the first period. Logan Stankoven fourth goal of the season. Assist by Jamie Benn and Harley. Oscar back first goal of his career, I believe, of the season at least. Assist by Colin Blackwell and Essa Lundell. 15:56 in the second period. Evgeny Dadonov second goal of the night, fourth goal of the season by Sam Steele and back. With 11 seconds left in the second period. 47 seconds in the third period. Rope Ahan just crashes the net. 6 goals of the season. Assist by Jason Robertson and Brandon Smith. David Pastrnak, 8th goal of the season by Geeky, and 3:35 in the third period. Mason Marchand, 4th goal of the season by Sagan and Duchene. 17:19 in the third period. Stars ball at the Bruins. We'll talk about that more in a minute. Well, take on the Canadians. Matt Bodie, 10th goal of the season by Johansson and Kirk Kaprizov. 12:43 in the second period. Marco Rossi in the power play by Spurgeon and Chisholm. 12:19 in the third period. Kirk Kaprizov and Dino Gold, 10th goal of the season. That's pretty good, Joe. 20 seconds left in the game for the Wild. I do not know who started for the Wild. Let's actually figure that out because it's I believe it's Phil Gustafson. Actually, I do know Phil Gustafson. Phil Gustafson, 19 save shutouts for the Wild. Oilers take on the Predators. Michael McCarron, second goal of the season, by Yossi. 8:22 in the first period. First shot on the goal for the Predators. They score. Pickard. Connor McDavid. Nurse gets it up to Draisaitl. Draisaitl, McDavid, 2-on-1. Draisaitl, McDavid, 1T finishes at 2:44 in the second period. Connor McDavid ties the game for his 1,000th career point, 4th fastest player in NHL history to get to 1,000 goal mark in the hardest era of hockey. Darnell Nurse first goal of the season by Kulak and Yanmark, 5:30 in the second period. Cole Smith second goal of the season. Lord Hayru, I forgot how I say that name. It's so simple, but I forgot to say it. By Lozone. 17:12 in the third period, goes to overtime. Draisaitl gets it over to McDavid. Great pass over the Nurse, who rips a one-timer. Second goal tonight and the season. 2:33 in the overtime. Oilers win it over the Predators. 3-2 in overtime. Canucks take on the Islanders. Jonathan Lekeramaki, first goal of the season and his career in his second career NHL game. So by JT Miller and Phil Peroni, 240. 1 second. I'm going to mute my mic for like 2 minutes. Do my podcast, what? Or what? Yeah? Hello? Okay. Anyways, so yeah. First goal of the season in his career. Jan Gabriel Pargo, first goal of the season, power play goals is by Anders Lee and Holmstrom, 17-23 in the first period. Scott Mayfield, first goal of the season is by Horvat, 14 seconds in the second period. Pierre Engvall, first goal of the season is by Holmstrom and Hudson, 2:10 second period. Anders Lee, seventh goal of the season is by Horvat, 11:42 in the third period. Noah Dobson emptying that first goal of the season is by Hudson and Palmieri, 17:54 in the third period. Tyler Myers, first goal of the season is by Bluger, 18:34 in the third period. Canucks still suck at home. I don't just pick up much and get 2 points. Kraken take on the Blackhawks by Matty Beniers. First goal of the season is by McCann Bjorkstrand, 4:18 second period. Late for the Kraken, Jaden Schwartz. Fourth goal of the season, power play goals is by Stevenson and Riker Evans, 1:34 in the third period. Ryan Donato, 8th goal of the season. He's out there underrated start. On assist at 3:22 in the third period. Brandon Tanev empty net goal, first goal of the season. On assist in 1941 into the third period, so about 90 seconds of the game. That's all the game does today. Let's go over a bunch of things that I need to talk about. I have a lot of things I need to talk about, so let's get into it. Buckle up, guys. First thing, Tri-City tendered Oliver Oxkin. I don't know who that is. I'm going to be honest, I don't know who it is, but I do want to mention that because it might be important down the line. They do need offensive talent, so that is a forward. They need them. Brandon McNabb, 3-year, $3.65 million extension with the Vegas Golden Knights. Great deal. I don't know what's getting on the salary cap from. Probably because Mark Stone's out of the lineup again. Killing my fantasy team. Anyways, I'm still doing fine fantasy, but that'd be huge if you got those freaking fire stuff. But no wonder why they have all the salary. Duh. They're just fucking loopholes. P.O. Kochekov, unspecified injury, doubtful for tomorrow's game. They did say, this is from Elliot Freeman, by the way. It's supposedly like a not serious injury, but he's just doubtful for tomorrow's game. Seth Jarvis upper injury, hopefully return in next week's practice. Hopefully he's back soon. Hopefully he's back in the next couple weeks. Tate Thompson is on IR. I had no clue the injury, no clue the length. I just saw that he's went on IR. Okay, so here's like the questions and just like a topic to talk about and just like questions that might come up that I do want to get off my chest I came up with last night. So these have nothing to do with the games that happened today, just so you know. Is it a legitimate conversation to have about McDavid being on the same level as Gretzky? So this is a good conversation to have since Connor McDavid did get a 1,000th career point yesterday, his 4th fastest guy to do it in NHL history in the hardest era. Here's my opinion on it. I think McDavid is just as skilled, if not more. I think if he played in the Wayne Gretzky era, he would have more points. But you could also say the same argument for Wayne Gretzky, because if he played in today's era, he would have the same amount of equipment. He would have the same cardio, the same eating habits, the same workout routines, the same practices, the same players in today's era. He would practice with those guys. So he would adapt too. So I think McDavid is as skilled, but we cannot call him the GOAT until he reaches anywhere near the amount of accolades that Wayne Gretzky has. So I'm going to say no for now, but I do believe he's more skilled. But I'm not going to say he's nowhere near being on the same level as Wayne Gretzky. So I'm going to say that. But I do believe he's just as skilled and he has just as good. He's just as good, but I wouldn't say he's on the same level as Gretzky just because the accolades, the stats, and everything else doesn't add up. What is happening with the Sens, specifically Omar? Because you see yesterday he had like 5 goals and 19 shots. The Sens are doing fine, but more or less what is happening with Omar? I think they would be fine. He's inconsistent. He personally just fell out of my top 10 goalies. I had him as the 10th best goalie in the league coming into the season. I was really high on Omar, but he definitely fell out of my top 10, especially for somebody like Jacob Markstrom who's been proving me. He'd probably fit in about top 10 over Linus Omar. I think he'll be fine. I think the Senators will be fine. I think they'll lock in. I do believe they're still going to miss the playoffs, but I kind of predicted that to come into the season. So, yeah, I think they'll be fine, but it's nothing too terrible. But Omar did also have a top 5 defense in the league playing in front of them at all times. So that definitely helps, especially in that season that he won the Vets, and they had the greatest team of all time, literally, in front of him. So, yeah. Will Nashville be a serious playoff threat come February or March? Yes. I still think they're going to make the playoffs, and I'll explain this more, but let's go a little bit more in depth about the reasoning why I have the Predators making the playoffs. I'm going to open up the NHL app real quick to kind of prove my point here. I think they look really good. They almost beat the Predators with their backup, and yes, I know Pickett is playing, but still, they did have Redwood into it. Redwood's better than Pickett, but still. Predators have 13 points, and get this in mind. They have 13 points. That is 6 points behind the wildcard spot. That is 3 wins. 3 wins away from getting the wildcard spot. And they only have 17 games played out of the 82-game season. Do you get what I'm saying here? Like, they have 65 games left to play. And they're only 6 points outside the wildcard spot. Why can't they? They're looking better every single game. Every single game they're looking better, 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 and better. I think they're going to overtake the Kings to the wildcard spot, because I do eventually think the Kings will fall down to the wildcard spot-ish. And I believe they're going to overtake the Kings to the wildcard spot. I believe they're going to squeak into the playoffs and face the Jets in the first round. That's just my opinion on it. So yes, the answer to that question, in my opinion, is yes. Will the Nucks turn it around, or will they just stay bad at home? So if you don't know, they're really bad at home ice. And I heard the commentators talking about this, like the reporters during the second intermission, on the Canucks team. And I kind of agree with them in the fact that they're a team. They've had chemistry and they've played together in the past, and I understand that, but they will get it together. They are too good of a hockey team to not figure this out. They will figure it out. They will become good team at home, and they will be fine. So my opinion is yes, they will turn it around. They will end up being a good all-around team, home and on the road. That's my opinion on that. Will the New York Islanders be strong wildcard contenders? I am going to say no. And this is coming from a guy that had him getting 100 points coming into the season. So don't say this like I'm an Islanders hater. I had 100 points. I have them getting 100 points coming into the season. So, but my opinion on it is injuries. That's it. The goaltender is fine. Defense really beat up. Dobson isn't doing the greatest. Pellick is hurt for a while. It's beat up. Mike Riley's out, and the place of someone else is out too. Matt Barzell out for a while. Anthony Duclair's out for a while, and you got other people down the lineup that are hurt too. They don't have the offensive talent to be losing the top stars like this. With that being said, no, I think they're gonna fall back. I think they're gonna fall too far behind by the time they get healthy. They're not gonna really be in the wildcard spot, especially over teams like Boston, Washington, Tampa, Ottawa, Red Wings even, etc., etc. So I'm going to, and the Sabres too. So I am going to say no. What is wrong with Boston and Swayman? I'm gonna say it's more or less figuring out the defense and themselves. I think I love Jim Montgomery, but it's not working right now. He's probably on the hot seat right now. If he doesn't fix his team soon, he's out. If I'm the GM of the Boston Bruins right now, because he's not working. His team has the talent to make the playoff divisional seed easily, and they're not doing it right now. They just got blown out 7-2 last stars. And for Jamie Swayman, I think he just got this contract. There's a lot of pressure on his shoulders. I think he will turn it around. I think he will be fine. I think he'll still be a top 10 goalie by the end of the season. Do not worry about it. But the Boston, I think they need to figure it out soon. Otherwise, Jim Montgomery is out. So we're gonna have to see. They need to turn around. I'm still gonna say that they make a top 3 divisional seed in the Atlantic. I still stand on that. Will Swayman and the Bruins turn it around and make the playoffs? This is a serious question because some people believe they're just not gonna make the playoffs this year, which I think is goofy. For how good this team is, how good they were last year, second in the Atlantic. 2 years ago, yes, I get Bergeron and Krejci retired and DeBrusque left and those guys. It's a different team, but they have a lot of the same pieces from the greatest team ever. Okay? And last year they were second place in the Atlantic. They were really close to winning the Atlantic over the defending Stanley Cup champions, who are Panthers. They won the first round over the Leafs. They went to 6 games at the defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. So if you think that team will turn around, barely, the person they lost is Jacob Bruskin, and they added Nikita Zadorov. If you think that team is going to turn around and miss the playoffs after the first not even 15 games, they played a little bit bad. No, they're going to turn around. I do still believe they're going to get third in the Atlantic, and they will be fine. You guys just need to chill out. Give them a minute. They will be fine. Give them a minute. They will turn it around. They will be fine. I have faith in them. Thoughts in the Devils right now. I think they're strong contenders, and I said they're coming into the season. I believe they're going to face the Toronto Maple Leafs in the Eastern Conference Finals. That is my hot take. Okay, I've already went over this before. That's my hot take. The Leafs think they're going to go final. I already said that coming into the season. I already predicted that, and that was my big hot take. And if people that hear that probably think I'm goofy, and that is what it is, and I don't care. But if it does happen, I'm going to sound like a genius. So, yeah. But I do believe they'll make the Eastern Conference Finals. It is a total possibility. I had them making the Stanley Cup Final, and I still believe that they strongly could. Markstrom, I'm a big believer in Markstrom. I won't lie to you. I am. So I could see it. I could see them making a really deep playoff run, including making the Cup Final. I just don't see them winning it over teams like Dallas, Winnipeg, Edmonton, Vegas, etc., etc. Who is better right now? Connor Hellebuyck, Andrei Vasilevskiy. Statistically, all time, obviously Vasilevskiy has more accolades. Right now, statistically, Hellebuyck. This is a really weird conversation to have because the first game it was Hellebuyck versus Johansson. Second game is Vasilevskiy versus Comrie. They have yet to face each other 1-on-1 this season. The Lightning and the Jets have, but either one or the other was out in both games. So they haven't faced 1-on-1 yet. So if they have another game against each other, which I don't even know if they do because they're in different conferences. So if they do, hopefully they play against each other, but I don't even know if they do. I'm gonna say Connor Hellebuyck just because it's the statistics. But all time, Vasilevskiy, right now, I'm going to say Hellebuyck. He's a defending Vezina winner, and he's probably going to win it again this year. So it's hard to make an argument for Vassy right now. Are the Sabres playoff pretenders or contenders? Here's my take on this. I have them making the playoffs, getting 99 points this season, okay? That was one of my big hot takes. Definitely one of them. I'm very interested to see if they come down the stretch and are really contenders come down the line, because we have to see. They are one singular point behind the Islanders for that second wildcard spot right now. They could. I mean, I could see it, but I just think the Lightning are going to make it over them. I think the Senators probably going to finish above them. I think the Capitals, Senators, and the Lightning are going to face above them, and then it'll be them, then the Islanders, then the Red Wings, and then the Flyers, Penguins, Blue Jackets, Montreal. So that's what I think is going to happen there. I do not believe they're going to make the playoffs, but I do believe they're going to be serious playoff contenders. So they're not going to be pretenders. They're going to be serious contenders for the wildcard spot to the very last day of the season. And then I do believe they're going to miss out. But I do think they're going to be contenders. The last thing I got to talk about here. Are the Minnesota Wild legitimately contenders to win the Stanley Cup? I do not believe that they really have that strong of a chance to make the Cup Final. I have my reasons. It's not necessarily because they're not contenders. It's more or less of the fact that I think they're going to face a better team. Which doesn't necessarily mean they're not contenders, because they got Phil Gustafson, who's proven he could do great in the playoffs. They got Fleury, obviously proven he can do great in the playoffs. They got a forward core to do it. They got a defense core to do it. It's more the fact that I'm a bigger believer in Dallas, because I believe they're going to face in the first round. I'm a bigger believer in Winnipeg, who I believe they're going to face in the second round if they do get past Dallas, which I don't believe they will. And if they get past those two guys, which I do not strongly believe they won't, they're either going to have to face Edmonton, Vegas, or Vancouver, which I also believe they're not going past. So, no, I'm not going to say the legitimate contenders. But just because I don't necessarily have them making the Cup Final doesn't mean they don't have a chance to make the Cup Final. You get what I'm saying here? But overall, I think that basically every single divisional seed in the entire league, basically, like top 3 in the Atlantic, every single team in the top 3 in the Atlantic, every single team in the top 3 in the Metro, the other 2 teams in the divisional seed of the Central, and the top 3 teams in the Pacific, I believe, are better contenders than the Wild coming into this playoffs. I would even make an argument that Nashville Predators will beat them in the playoff series. I would make an argument for it, because I believe they're going to be pretty hot come playoffs. So I could make an argument for that. And I would also say the Avalanche have a way better shot to make the cup than them coming out of the West. So I believe the biggest underdogs will come out of the West. And on the East, obviously all the top three spots in the Metro and the Atlantic. And then I also believe that the Lightning and the Capitals have a better chance. So I believe I'm going to say no. They are not contenders. I'm not a big believer in Minnesota. I am a big believer in Minnesota in the sense that I believe they're going to get a top 3 spot in the Central. But come playoff time, they're not going to do anything because they just don't have the experience and they're just not the team to do it. I believe maybe next year. Good take, by the way, Doug. I could see that. I just don't think they're going to get past Winnipeg or Dallas. But I like that pick, though. Maybe next year when they lose when they get like $14 million extra dollars in salary cap because they lose those 2 dead cap, and then maybe they sign a couple big free agents. Maybe they can. I think if they use that 12 to $14 million extra dollars in salary cap and they use it right, I believe they can be strong contenders next year. But we're not talking about next year. We're talking about this year. So I'm going to say no. I say the Wild are not legitimately contenders to do much in the playoffs. That's my take. Let's check on the other USHL games on. Muskegon won. Come on, guys. You had to ruin my streak. First of all, that's not good for the Saints. Second of all, you had to ruin my streak. You know, the rats. And Tri-City won a shootout, too. Okay, so I'm 5 for 7. I'm 5 for 7 on the day. I'll take that. 5 for 7 on the day. Let's see here. Was it 8 games on today? I don't know. I was 1 for 1, 2 for 2, 3 for 3, 4 for 4, 5 for 5, 5 for 6, 5 for 7, 6 for... I was 6 for 8 on the day. There was salary cap in the NHL. It went from $82.5 million to $88 million, I think, this year or something like that. It definitely got raised this season. So yes, there is salary cap in the NHL. Which is something that I do really respect about the NHL. Something that I hate about the MLB. That's one thing I do not like about the MLB, that they have no salary cap. But yeah, I believe that's going to do it for this podcast episode. I completely forgot to do my shout-outs. Join my Discord if you haven't already. You can talk about the NHL and USHL and then I post right after I go live every day on there. Go follow my Facebook if you haven't already. It's the only place you'll know right before I go live. It's the only place you figure that out, and it's also the only place to get my daily NHL and USHL predictions. Go follow the Intermission Podcast on X. You'll know right after every time I go live, and just go follow that. So yeah, have a great rest of your night if you're watching this live, or watching this afterwards live at night. Have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, your evening, whatever time you're watching this. Great day at school or work. If you're on the weekend, have a great rest of your weekend. If you're on the weekend, if you have during the week, have a great rest of your week. I will see you guys tomorrow for episode 21. Season 6. Peace. Wait, before I end it, I know I already said peace, but wait. I do want to say I will be doing my podcast after the USHL games tomorrow. I know I thought for sure I wasn't going to on Saturday, but I had changed the plan, so yeah. Now I will see you guys tomorrow for episode 21 of season 6. Peace.